how far are you from the idea you had what your linebackers would be like, and now with Patrick leaving, what you're going to have to put together?
Yeah, I'm so far from that right now. Just thinking about that. It's really, this is kind of Larimer's time, and I think we're all just reflecting on what he meant to the team. And I know I had a short time with him, but an absolute honor to coach. He's one of those guys that I wish I had the opportunity to strap it up with and play with.
You've had a few things going. I mean, how has that affected kind of developing this linebacking core? You've had guys out.
I think that's great for us as a unit, from the standpoint of certain guys having to step up and getting that opportunity in practice, whereas sometimes if you never see that injury or that absence of a player until week 4 or 5, all of a sudden you got a guy in there that has never been in that position. So it's been good for us from that standpoint.
What's Hoffmeister shown you that's been impressive?
What hasn't been impressive? Honestly, he's a kid that's extremely coachable, works his butt off every single day, gets better every single day. Yeah.
Is it a significant difference in spring with him?
Every day. He's that guy that gets better every day.
What is it that he's better at since spring?
Yeah, everything. His recognition of run, pass, his drops, the way he plays the run, his technique. I mean, everything, really. He just, every single day, focuses on getting better and better and better.
You got a red fire
ant. You got a fire ant on your...
Yeah, thank you.
Did you get... I want that up on Brock.
We got it.
Okay.
Jeff, what did you say to Patrick?
I said lots of things to Patrick, but the biggest thing, just how much I appreciated him, and this is far from the end of his journey. He's one of those guys that for this year, he's going to still mean a ton to the team. He's going to be around. He's going to help us out. And as much as he has an impact on the field, he's got a huge impact off the field. So he'll still assume that role for us. But he's also a guy that you could see, I think, be a great coach. He walks the walk. He's that guy that you want to be, and players, I think, would really respond to him. He could affect a lot of people's lives.
Moore said he's thinking about coming back to coach here as like a student coach or something. Have you talked to him about that or anything like that?
We talked a little bit about it. I think at this moment he's got to kind of process what's going on. He's one of those guys that love the game as much, if not more, than any single guy in this field, and it was a part of him. And he's going to lose a little bit of himself in that. So you got to process that before you just walk on to the next challenge. You got to process that a little bit. But he's absolutely a guy that we'd love to have around, and I really hope he does, because, like I said, his impact it exceeds what you see on the field out here.
The kind of person he is. Do you recognize a little bit of yourself in him a bit?
I think he's better than I ever was. He's a guy that. He's just always the same guy, always. Every single day he shows up and he's the same guy. He's accountable. He works his tail off. He's diligent. He's just every positive adjective you could think of a football player he embodies, and he's a guy that I was honored to have some time with.
With Damian Holmes, what kind of challenge is it for him coming from being a defensive end, moving outside linebacker, now moving inside?
Right. I don't know if there's another guy in the country that could do that. That's
right.
That's asking a lot of a guy, and fortunately, I think that he's up to it. And he's shown signs to assume that leadership role. I think he's had it in the past, but I think that Larry was, without a doubt, the team leader, team spokesman, offense, defense, special teams, the whole deal. So I think that Damian, I think he relishes that role, and he's gonna take advantage of that.
Will he take over Patrick's kind of on-field responsibilities of getting everybody in the spot, kind of running the defense on the field?
Definitely, he's one of the leading candidates, for sure.
Is that almost as much as losing Patrick as a player, losing him as that guy on the field?
For sure. It's gonna, and it's gonna challenge the other guys. Eric Kendricks, it's gonna challenge him big time. It's gonna challenge all of them, because it's like you're leaving the house a little bit, and you lost your dad, because that's what he was to these guys. It's funny when they found out it was less of a teammate. It was more of like a father figure was leaving them. So all these guys are going to have to pick it up a little bit. He's impossible to replace, but everybody's going to have to step up and help.
What was your message to the linebackers when you got them all together today?
I'm gonna save that for him. You know, I think all of them are kind of shook up a little bit about it, and when we get in the meetings tonight, we'll talk about it and reflect on him a little bit. And, you know, I think he's a guy that's worthy of that. You know, we could sacrifice a little film just to talk about Larry.
Is there a way to use this as inspiration on the season to get your unit to play at a higher level, possibly?
I hate to even look at it like that. You know, as of right now, we're just, like I said, we're just reflecting on him and what he's meant to us.